If you have ever felt like your dream was close enough to see but too far to touch, listen to me now. The distance between what you want and what you live is not measured in months of trying or years of waiting. It is one sentence, not a fancy speech, not a stack of journals, one clean, lawful sentence spoken with authority. That is the switch that turns desire into a moving thing. I am not asking you to believe in luck. I am showing you how law works. A child can learn this. You can learn this, and once you do, you will stop asking your life to change and start telling it to. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that your world does not respond to how hard you hope. It responds to how you speak. Words are not just sounds. Words are instructions. Words are keys that tell invisible order where to go and what shape to take. Think of electricity. It is always available in the walls, but the lamp does not glow until you flip the switch. The presence of power is not enough. A simple act turns it on. In this work, that act is the spoken word. Your voice is the switch. Your sentence is the command. When spoken in the right way, present, clear, aligned, it moves what cannot be seen into what can be held. Let me make the idea of law simple. Gravity is not nice one day and mean the next. It is steady. It does not ask who you are. It responds to order. Spiritual law is the same. It does not check your mood. It does not read long explanations. It listens for alignment. Alignment is when your words, your tone, and your inner stance match the truth you claim. Law hears that match and rushes to build it. When your words and your stance do not match, law hears confusion and waits. Many people think they are being denied, but they are only being unclear. They speak fear, then ask for faith. They speak delay, then ask for speed. Law is not confused. It simply obeys the strongest signal, your repeated words. Now about desire. You have been taught to treat desire like a problem, a test, or something to be suspicious of. But desire, when clean and true, is instruction. It is guidance. It is a message in your own heart saying, this is your path. A lighthouse does not shout or beg, it shines. Desire is like that light. It does not argue, it points. And when you honor that light with your words, the path beneath your feet begins to appear. When you ignore it, the path stays unbuilt. Not because the path is missing, but because no order to build it has been given. Here is where most people stumble. They talk about what they want, but they do not talk to it. There is a big difference. Talking about a garden is not the same as planting a seed. Making lists about a journey is not the same as taking the first step. In the same way, telling long stories about your dream is not the same as issuing a lawful sentence that calls it into shape. People say, one day I will have it, or maybe when things are better, or I hope it comes. These sentences do not call. They delay. They train the mind to wait. The subconscious hears one day and puts the good in a box called not today. When your own voice puts your good in that box, law respects your label and leaves it there. You might say, so what should I say instead? We will get to the exact form of the sentence in a moment, but first you must understand the posture. Law hears tone, not loudness, tone. Children know this. A timid maybe does not move a big dog out of the doorway. A steady out and a simple step forward does. The dog is not persuaded by longer words. It reads certainty. Your world reads certainty too. This is not anger. This is not noise. This is calm command. Calm command is the sound of alignment. Clear words, present tense, settled breath, upright body, no apology. Ask yourself, what have I been teaching my world to do with my sentences? Have I been teaching it to leave my good on the shelf by saying not yet and someday? Have I been training my mind to expect delay by telling the same story of waiting to everyone who asks? Have I been using small, worried words when I talk to myself and big, brave words only when I talk to others? If so, today is the last day you do that. We will give your mind a new job. We will give law a clean order. We will give your desire a door. Let me give you a picture that even a 10-year-old can use. Imagine a motion-activated door. If you stand still and whisper about how you wish it would open, nothing happens. If you pace back and forth and tell your friend how doors should behave, nothing happens. The door is not being rude. It is waiting for one thing, a clear step into the sensor, with your face forward. Your lawful sentence is that step. It announces, I am here now. It signals readiness. Law reads that and slides the door. Children get this faster than adults because they have not been trained to overthink. Step in. Speak now. Watch the door. Many people think speaking is about forcing the world. It is not. It is about giving permission to what is yours to come through. Shinn called it demonstration. The coming together of the right people, right timing, right pieces, without strain. When you decree, you do not push. You align. You do not yank fruit off a tree. You ripen it by putting the tree in sun, water, and good soil. The sentence we will use is sunlight for your life. It does not wrestle. It tells the truth out loud until everything agrees with it. You might say, but I tried affirmations. They did not work. There is a difference between noisy affirmations and lawful decrees. Noisy affirmations are often about passing a test of feelings. You repeat a line while checking, do I feel it yet? That is not law. Law does not wait for you to feel perfect. Law waits for you to speak present, clear, and consistent. You can feel nervous and still decree correctly. Your feelings catch up to your words when your words stop changing every hour. If you promise a child you are coming, then change the time 10 times. The child stops listening. Your subconscious is that child. Give it one sentence. Keep it. It will trust you and build. Let us clear one more fear. What if I say the sentence and nothing happens? Something always happens. You may not see the biggest piece first, but movement begins the moment you speak lawfully. Sometimes the first proof is inside you. A sudden ease, a thought that fits, a small brave action you were avoiding. Sometimes it is outside you, a message, a meeting, a release from a tie that was holding you. Do not insult law by calling these small. A seed is small. A door hinge is small. Yet the seed grows the forest, and the hinge swings the whole gate. Now here is the promise of this series and the reason you must stay with me from start to finish. I will give you a single sentence you can use for any clean desire: work, home, health, love, money, expression. It will be short. It will be present tense. It will be lawful. You will learn exactly how to speak it so even a child could do it. Morning, midday, evening, and before sleep. You will learn why saying it the same way matters, and how to keep your other words from undoing it. But before we put that tool in your hand, you must settle this truth. You are not begging for what is already yours. You are identifying it and calling it forward. Think about names. When you call a person by name, they turn. You do not describe them for 10 minutes and hope they notice. You call. Desire responds to a name too. The name is the form you choose to speak. My right work, my paid in full home, my peaceful healthy body, my divine right partner. Shinn would say divine right, that you are not grabbing what belongs to another, but receiving what already fits you by law. This keeps your sentence clean. Clean sentences travel fast. Dirty sentences drag. Dirty means mixed with fear, envy, or someone else's lane. Clean means yours, rightful, orderly. Let me show you how simple this can be with a story a child will understand. A boy wants a blue bicycle. He looks at pictures every day, sighs, and says, I wish. Months pass. One day his grandmother says, stop sighing. Speak plainly. The boy stands tall and says, I accept my blue bicycle now, in perfect order. He writes it once. He says it every morning and every night. He stops saying, I wish. He stops telling his friends, maybe next year. He starts acting like a boy who is ready. He makes space in the garage. He puts his helmet by the door. He says thank you before he sees anything. In 2 weeks, his neighbor moves and offers him a barely used blue bicycle for free. The boy did not force the neighbor. He did not save for a year. He spoke lawfully and kept his speech clean. Law did the arranging. You may not be a child, and your good may be bigger than a bicycle, but the law does not change with size. The sentence does not get longer because the desire is larger. The same key opens a small box and a big door if it is the right key. People make the key long because they think long means strong. Strong does not mean long. Strong means aligned. This is why we will keep your sentence short and steady. If you can teach a 10-year-old to say it, you can teach your own mind to live by it. Before we move on, test your own mouth. Say these 2 lines softly and notice how each one feels. First, I hope it comes someday. Second, I receive my good now. Can you feel how the first one leans away and the second one stands up? Your body knows the difference. Law knows it too. We will train you to stand up inside your words, so your words stand up in your world. Here is your warm-up for today. I am not giving you the full decree yet. That comes next. For now, use this simple opening line to change your atmosphere. I accept my rightful good now. Say it once in the morning, once at midday, once in the evening, and once before sleep. Do not explain it. Do not argue with it. Do not wrap it in worried words. Just say it and move on with your day. When a doubtful thought tries to come, do not fight the thought. Replace it with the line and keep going. You are training the room of your mind to listen to you. While you practice, clean up your other speech. Stop announcing delay. When someone asks, how are things? Do not answer, stuck as always. That tramples your own seed. Say, in order, and leave it there. Stop telling your story of lack after we close this video. If you must tell a story, tell the one you are building. I am speaking lawfully. My good is on the way in perfect sequence. Keep it simple. Children do not need 5 paragraphs, neither does law. Finally, set your posture. This matters. Sit or stand tall, shoulders back, breath steady, eyes open. Speak like you mean it, not like you hope you mean it. If your voice shakes a little, that is fine. You will grow steady with use. You are not taking a test, you are turning on a switch. Speak in the present tense. Use clear words. End the sentence, then be quiet. Let law do its work. You are closer than you think. Not because I'm trying to cheer you up, but because law is already running under your life like a quiet river. Your sentence lowers the bucket. Your sentence brings the water up. In the next part, I will place the exact decree in your mouth, the one-sentence mold that turns desire into shape. You will learn what each part means and how to use it without force, without begging, and without delay. For now, carry this simple truth. Your world is voice-activated, and your voice is ready. Carry this forward from where we left. Your world is voice-activated, and your voice is ready. Now we settle what you are actually giving voice to. Desire is not a trap to make you fail or a test to prove you are worthy. Desire, when clean and true, is instruction. It is guidance. It is heaven tapping your shoulder and pointing, the way a lighthouse points a ship without shouting. The reason this matters is simple. If you treat desire like an enemy, you will argue with it, hide it, and keep postponing the very good you were meant to receive. If you treat desire like instruction, you will answer it with a lawful sentence and let the path build under your feet. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that what you truly desire in right order is already yours in the invisible and is pressing to be expressed. She did not present desire as grasping or stealing. She presented it as divine right selection. That phrase keeps the channel clean. Divine right means this: I do not take what belongs to another. I do not bargain with fear. I do not force what is crooked. I accept what is rightfully mine by spiritual law. My right work, my right home, my right supply, my right circle. When you add divine right, your sentence stops dragging a net of anxiety behind it. It moves freely because it is aligned with order, not appetite. Let's make it so clear a child understands. Imagine your desire as a delivery ticket with your name printed on it. The warehouse is perfect order. The courier is spiritual law. Your voice is the signature they need at the door. If you stand by the window whispering, "Maybe it's not for me," the courier waits. If you send mixed signals, "Come now in the morning," and "Come Sunday by lunch," the courier circles the block. When you step to the door, sign with a steady hand and say, "I accept my divine right, good now." Delivery takes place. The voice is the signature. The signature tells law where to land. But what if my desire is selfish? That fear is the reason so many bury their gifts. Test your desire with simple questions. Does this hurt anyone or require me to cheat? Does this make me small, bitter, or restless? Or does it enlarge my peace and my usefulness? Does this rob another, or does it open space for everyone to move in better order? A clean desire passes these tests. A fear-driven appetite fails them. You do not have to agonize for weeks. You can feel the difference in your chest in seconds. Clean desire feels like a clear window you can breathe through. A grasping appetite feels like a tight fist you cannot unclench. Shinn's rule is, choose the clean desire. Name it as divine right, and then stop apologizing for it. Scripture backs this stance. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Psalm 37:4 is not an invitation to delay. It is a description of flow. What things soever you desire when you pray, believe that you receive them, and you shall have them. Mark 11:24 does not ask you to guess a timetable. It asks you to occupy the present tense of receiving. Let your yes be yes and your no be no points to single-minded speech. James warns that a double-minded person is unstable. Shinn says the same thing in practical language. If you cancel your decree with opposite talk, you pull the plug you just pushed in. Desire is not the enemy. Double speech is. So where did we learn to fear desire? From people who were burned by their own contradiction and then taught us to distrust the fire. They confused appetite with instruction, force with order, volume with authority, and disappointment with truth. You are not required to inherit their lessons. You are permitted to choose a higher law. Law says, what is spoken in alignment is fulfilled. Alignment says, I keep my sentence clean, present, and obedient to truth. Once you honor desire as instruction, your job is not to explain it to doubters. Your job is to give it lawful words and lawful rhythm. Here is the pattern that sabotages most people and how we break it. A person feels a bright, strong desire. They immediately push it through a filter called be realistic, which usually means repeat the old data. Then they build a spreadsheet of risks to prove they should wait. Then they ask 5 people who never carried their vision to vote on it. Then they go silent for 3 months. During those months, the subconscious receives one command loudly and clearly: delay. By the time they decide to speak, their own mind has been trained to expect not yet. The result looks like blocked desire, but it is actually well-trained delay. We reverse this by changing the command at the root. Desire speaks. You answer at once with a clean, lawful sentence. You do not argue with the mind. You retrain it. You do not defend the desire. You decree it. Children grasp this faster because they have not practiced arguing with themselves. If a child wants to learn piano, they do not hold a debate in their head about the global economy. They say, "I want to play," and then they start practicing. You do the same in law. You say, "I accept my divine right expression now." Then you let your daily words, your calendar, and your posture agree with that. You stop narrating delay. You stop mocking your own dream for laughs. You stop calling your desire crazy to sound humble. Humility does not mean shrinking. In Shinn's frame, humility means honoring the law above mood and honoring instruction above fear. Let us name the 3 voices you must dismiss to keep desire clean. First is fear's voice. Who do you think you are? The answer is simple. I am a lawful speaker. Identity settles fear. Second is delay's voice. Not yet. Conditions are not perfect. The answer, law moves on the present, not on perfection. Third is borrowed voice. People like us don't have that. The answer, divine right, is not classed by people like us. It is ordered by law, not by family scripts. When these voices rise, you do not negotiate. You replace them with a sentence you will learn in the next part, and until then with a simple bridge line. My divine right good is in order now. Practical clarity. Desire must be given a name so law knows what form to take. More money is fog. My paid-in-full home is form. A better job is fog. My divine right work with fair pay and joyful service is form. A partner is fog. My divine right companion who matches my peace and my purpose is form. The name is not a ransom note, it is a mold. You are not telling law how to arrange every screw and hinge. You are giving it the shape it should arrive in. If you refuse to name it because you fear disappointment, you guarantee disappointment through vagueness. Clear name, clean decree, calm rhythm. You may ask, what about timing? Shinn uses the phrase divine order to cure timing anxiety. Divine order is not slow for the sake of being slow, and it is never chaotic. Without delay does not mean reckless rush. It means no unnecessary postponement. Think of a train arriving exactly when it should because every track has been cleared. Your sentence calls the train. Divine order clears the tracks. Without delay means no idle sitting in the station when the way is open. Faith is not standing on the platform guessing. Faith is stepping on the car you called. Now let's tie desire and the subconscious into one picture you can work with. Your subconscious is a patient builder. It uses whatever blueprint your tongue repeats the most. If you keep describing lack, it faithfully builds lack-shaped rooms. If you begin speaking your desire as law, it quietly replaces the old walls with new shapes that fit your decree. It does not argue, it constructs. This is why your everyday talk matters so much. You cannot speak law for 2 minutes in the morning and then spend the afternoon demolishing it with, "I'm always behind," and "I never catch a break." That is like laying bricks at sunrise and knocking them down by lunch. From now on, you will guard the job site. Here's a small exercise to make this tangible. On one page, write "About Talk" and list all the ways you have been talking about your desire, explaining it, defending it, postponing it. On the next page, write "To Talk" and rewrite each line as a direct decree to your desire. About, "One day I'll find my calling" becomes "To, I accept my divine right work now." About, "Maybe the market will change" becomes "To, my right opportunity arrives in perfect order." Then throw away the about page. Keep the to page. Read it morning, midday, evening, and before sleep, until your mouth prefers the new lines. Because we are staying faithful to the book's spirit, we must keep the field clean with gratitude. Gratitude is not a trick to make the universe like you. Gratitude is recognition of order as it appears. When a hinge moves or a small message arrives, you say thank you, not as flattery but as record. The law is at work. I witness it. Gratitude tunes your ear to evidence so you do not call the shoot nothing. and then complain that the tree never came. A person who sees sprouts will water them. A person who refuses to see sprouts will kick the soil and blame the seed. You will be the first kind of person. Let me correct a common misunderstanding that wastes years. People think they must clean every doubt from their heart before they may speak lawfully. That is backwards. You speak lawfully to clean the doubt. The sentence is the soap. The rhythm is the water. The habit is the scrubbing. If you wait to feel pure before you speak, you will never speak. We do not wait for perfect feelings. We choose consistent words. Feelings learn from words the way children learn from songs, by repetition. We will keep your imagination simple and safe. See desire as a compass, not a bulldozer. A compass does not smash obstacles. It tells you the direction that stays true even when the road bends. If an obstacle appears, you do not declare, "I guess north moved." You say, "North is constant, I adjust my steps." Your lawful sentence is your north. Each time the mind starts to wander south into old stories, you bring it back by speaking the sentence. Not harder, just again. Not louder, just clean. If anyone asks you to justify your desire, resist the urge to defend it with long speeches. Defensiveness usually means you are reciting to convince yourself. You do not owe a trial transcript. You owe a decree. The cleanest answer is a calm one. It is my divine right. Then go back to your practice. Every moment spent performing in court is a moment spent away from the job site. The bricks do not lay themselves while you argue in the hallway. Before we transition to the next part, tuck these 3 mini rules into your pocket. First, name it. Give the desire a lawful form. Second, claim it. Add divine right to keep the channel clean. Third, frame it. Speak in present tense with steady rhythm. If you miss one step, you will feel it. An unnamed desire fogs your speech. An unclaimed desire drags guilt behind it. An unframed desire floats in one day. Name, claim, frame. Simple enough for a 10-year-old, strong enough for an adult life. Now you are ready for what comes next. In part 3, I will place the decree itself in your mouth. The exact one-sentence form, tuned to the book's spirit, that you will speak morning, midday, evening, and before sleep. I will show you how each phrase works like a lever. Now to anchor time, speak to flip the switch. Desire into form to choose shape over fog. Divine order to cure timing fear. By law to shift from effort to authority, and without delay to end the habit of postponement. For today, keep honoring desire as instruction. When you feel the old training rise, the urge to apologize, defend, or hide, replace it at once with a calm sentence. My divine right, good, is in perfect order now. That line opens the window and lets fresh air in while we prepare the main decree. Stay true. Keep your words simple. Keep your posture steady. Law does not reward noise. It rewards alignment. We are ready to put the key in your hand. You have learned that your world is voice-activated, that desire is not an enemy but instruction, and that law answers alignment, not volume. Now we give your mouth a single sentence that a child can learn, that an adult can live by, and that spiritual law recognizes without confusion. Here is the decree. I now decree my desire to take form. It unfolds in perfect order by divine law without postponement. Read it again, slowly. Do not rush over any part. Every phrase is a lever. When you pull them together, they move things you cannot move by effort alone. Let's break the sentence into simple pieces so your mind and your mouth become one team. I now is the switch. It tells law where to place the power, here and when now. Law does not act on one day. It acts on this moment. If a light only turns on when you flip the switch, I now is your finger pressing down. Decree is the legal voice. You are not asking permission. You are not bargaining. You are issuing a clean order from your spiritual authority. A decree is calm, short, and final. Children understand this tone instinctively when they say stop. My desire names the thing you are calling. Fog cannot be built, form can. If my desire feels too open, add the name. My divine right work, my paid in full home, my peaceful healthy body, my right companion. Adding divine right keeps the channel clean. You are not grabbing what belongs to someone else. You are receiving what already fits you by law. To take form means evidence. Form is the part you can touch, sign, live in, or measure. Thinking about a cake is not cake. Form is cake on the table. It unfolds in perfect order, handles timing without fear. Order is not slow for the sake of being slow, and it is never messy. Order means the pieces arrive in the right sequence, like train cars clicking into place. By divine law states the power behind the movement. You are not relying on willpower or mood. You are relying on a law that does not wobble. Without postponement ends the old habit of pushing your good into later. It does not mean chaos or hurry. It means no unnecessary delay. If the door is open, the package does not sit on the truck. Now we make it easy to use. Posture first. Stand or sit tall, shoulders relaxed, eyes open. Breathe once, gently. Pace next. Speak the sentence in one steady flow, with a tiny comma breath after form if needed. Tone, calm authority, not a shout, not a whisper. Think of the way you would tell a big friendly dog to sit, clear, kind, final. End the sentence. Do not tag it with nervous extras like I hope this works or but we'll see. Extras weaken the beam. The sentence is strong because it is simple. When do you say it? Use the 4 anchors we set: morning, midday, evening, before sleep. In the morning, it sets the day's rhythm before your phone or the world can set it for you. At midday, it corrects drift when errands and emails distract your focus. In the evening, it closes the workday without worry. Before sleep, it gives your subconscious a clean instruction to work with while you rest. Say it 3 times at each anchor. That is 9 to 12 repetitions in a day, not as a contest, but as a rhythm a child could follow with a finger and a smile. If fear shows up between anchors, do not fight fear with more fear. Just return to the sentence once. You are not trying to win an argument with your brain. You are giving new orders to the builder that lives under your thoughts. What do you do with the words the rest of the day? Protect your job site. Do not pour cement in the morning and jackhammer it in the afternoon. That means stop announcing delay. Stop apologizing for your desire. Stop telling a stuck story to make conversation. If someone asks, "How's it going?" answer, "In order," and leave it there. If you catch yourself saying, "One day," replace it mid-sentence with "now." If you hear, "I'm not ready," replace it with, "I am ready to receive an order." Keep a small card in your pocket or your phone with the decree printed once. If your mouth forgets, read and repeat. You are training a muscle. Let's make it concrete with fill-in patterns you can use without thinking. For work, I now decree my divine right work to take form. It unfolds in perfect order by divine law without postponement. For money, I now decree my paid-in full supply to take form. It unfolds in perfect order by divine law without postponement. For home, I now decree my divine right home to take form. It unfolds in perfect order by divine law without postponement. For health, I now decree my peaceful, healthy body to take form. It unfolds in perfect order by divine law without postponement. For love, I now decree my divine right companion to take form. It unfolds in perfect order by divine law without postponement. You can adjust the name between my desire and to take form. Do not add 3 extra lines. Do not add 10 adjectives to sound impressive. Strong is not long. Strong is aligned. A child-level picture will help you feel what you are doing. Imagine a 3D printer. The filament is the invisible substance. Your decree is the file the printer reads. If the file is clean and the printer gets the same file each time, it builds the object layer by layer until you can hold it. If you keep swapping files every hour, you get a tangle of plastic. The printer is not mean, it is obedient. Your subconscious is that printer. Law is the electricity. Your decree is the file. Keep the file clean. Keep it the same. Let the layers build. What if I say the sentence and I feel nothing? The feeling is not the measure, faithfulness is. A farmer does not judge the seed by how excited he feels after planting. He judges by the way the soil accepts the seed and the calendar of his care. Your calendar is the 4 anchors. Your care is clean speech between anchors. What if I mess up and complain once? Replace it the moment you notice. Do not hold trials in your head or announce guilt to your friends. Turn the switch back on. Speak the sentence. Move on. What if I am afraid I chose the wrong desire? Add divine right to your naming line and rest. Divine right routes you to what truly fits you even if you do not yet know every detail. Law will never hand you what harms you. If a door closes, call it order and keep your decree. Doors that are yours do not require claw marks. Here's a short rehearsal you can use right now. Stand up. Put one hand on your chest just to feel your own voice. Breathe once. Speak. I now decree my desire to take form. It unfolds in perfect order by divine law without postponement. Pause for 2 seconds. Again, I now decree my desire to take form. It unfolds in perfect order by divine law without postponement. One more time, a little slower, like you are placing a brick carefully. I now decree my desire to take form. It unfolds in perfect order by divine law without postponement. Now be quiet. Notice the stillness after the sound. That quiet is not emptiness, it is law receiving the order. If you want to add a gentle bridge line for moments between anchors without repeating the full sentence, use one of these short phrases that keep your posture steady. In order, now. My divine right, good is landing. I keep my word, so law keeps mine. These are not new decrees. They are small lights that keep the hallway bright until you say the main line again. Teaching a 10-year-old? Turn it into a simple count. 3 in the morning, 3 at lunch, 3 in the evening, 3 before bed. Put 4 dots on a note. Fill each dot with a check as you speak. Children love finishing the dots. Guard against the 3-sentence spoilers we named earlier. Do not attach but to your decree. But digs a small hole under your own feet. Do not explain your decree to doubters. Explanation drains heat from the metal. Do not keep changing the shape you named. Shifting names makes law slide its tools to a new bench every day. If you must refine the name, do it once with clarity, then hold it. You are not trapped by your first draft, but you are responsible for your current one. Finally, remember gratitude is part of order. When a tiny piece of your decree appears, a call, a hint, a release, say thank you out loud. Gratitude is like saying continue to a builder who is doing the job right. It tells law you recognize progress and you want more of the same. It keeps your eyes open so you do not step over small answers because you were looking for a giant banner. A hinge is small, but it swings the whole door. You now have the sentence and the way to use it. In the next part, we will open the hood and show you the simple mechanics that make this work so reliably. Why present tense speech engages the subconscious, why divine order calms timing fear, how by law shifts you out of effort into authority, and how without postponement breaks a habit of delay that may be years old. For today, keep it simple. Keep the 4 anchors. Keep your everyday words from undoing your morning work. If a 10-year-old can follow this, you can. Speak the decree. Let law do its job. And when you lie down tonight, put your hand on your chest and say it once more, like a parent turning out the light with a smile. I now decree my desire to take form. It unfolds in perfect order by divine law, without postponement. You now hold the sentence. Today we open the simple machine that makes it work. When you understand the parts, you stop guessing, you stop pushing, and you start trusting the process the way a pilot trusts a dashboard. The decree is not magic words. It is clean instructions that both law and your subconscious recognize at once. Think of it like turning a key in an engine. The key does not lift the car. It gives permission to the power already there. Let's walk through each gear of the sentence and the inner builder that responds to it, so you speak once and let the system do what it was designed to do. Start with the first gear, I now. The word now matters because law moves on the present, not on when I'm ready or after this week calms down. Your subconscious also lives in now. It does not understand someday. Tell a small child we'll play someday and watch the confusion. Say we'll play now and watch the action. When you speak now, you flip the switch from daydream to instruction. This cures one of the oldest delays, waiting until you feel perfect. You do not wait for your feelings to tidy themselves before you speak. You speak to lead your feelings. Now places your feet on the floor of this moment so the floor can carry you. If your mind tries to wander into a story about the past or the future, gently bring it back by repeating the first two words, I now. It is like tapping a compass to make the needle settle. Next gear, decree. This is the legal voice. A decree is a short final order issued from authority. It is not loud, it is not rude, it is firm, clean, and calm. Why does this matter to your subconscious? Because your inner builder listens more to tone than to paragraphs. You can whisper a decree and it will land if your tone is settled. Whisper worry for an hour and nothing solid is built. Children read tone first. So does your inner builder. You have used this voice before without knowing it. When you see a child about to touch a hot pan, you say, stop. You don't write a speech. You don't add 5 reasons. You say one word with full authority and your body matches it. That union of word and stance is what your subconscious understands as real. Decree puts your words and posture on the same team. Third gear, my desire to take form. This does 2 jobs. My desire names the shape so law knows what to build. Bog cannot be built, form can. If you prefer, replace my desire with the exact name. My divine right work, my paid in full home, my peaceful healthy body, my divine right companion. Adding divine right keeps the channel clean. You are not demanding what belongs to another. You are accepting what fits you by law. The second job is to take form. Form means evidence. The part you can live in, sign, measure, or enjoy. Your subconscious is a faithful contractor. It takes whatever blueprint your tongue repeats and builds rooms to match it. When you say form, you move the blueprint out of the cloud and onto the table. The builder knows which walls to raise. A simple picture. Say more money and your builder shrugs. Say paid in full expenses and your builder opens the exact drawer labeled invoices paid. Fourth gear. It unfolds in perfect order. This is how we cure timing fear without slipping into slowness. Order is not wait forever. Order is the right sequence. Trying to force order is like baking a cake at double heat to finish sooner. You burn the outside and the center stays raw. Speaking order is like setting the oven to the right temperature and trusting the recipe. Your subconscious loves order because it can line up steps without panic. Law loves order because pieces meet at the right minute. People, places, paperwork, all arrive without scramble. When you speak order, you also protect yourself from grabbing the first pop-up that looks like your desire but bends your peace. Order is the friend that says the next bus is yours. Don't jump in a stranger's car just because it stopped first. Fifth gear. By divine law. This identifies the power behind the movement. You are not relying on mood, luck, or other people's permission. You are naming a law that is stable whether you feel brave or a little shaky today. Your subconscious relaxes when it hears that the heavy lifting is not on your shoulders. Law responds because you are speaking its language. Think of a train. Your decree is the ticket, divine law is the track, and order is the schedule. You don't lay tracks with your hands. You step on with your ticket and let the system carry you. This shift from effort to authority stops the exhausting on-off pattern of push, crash. You are not pushing a boulder up a hill. You are unlocking a gate that opens because gates are made to open. 6th gear, without postponement. This ends the habit of pushing your good into later. It does not mean chaos or rushing. It means no unnecessary delay. Your subconscious tends to obey the last clear timestamp it heard. If it hears one day, it files your good under someday, which never arrives because today never calls it. Without postponement stamps your file active. It also exposes hidden places where you personally postpone, saying yes to tasks that drain you, speaking about yourself in small ways, or double-talking your decree with jokes that carry the opposite meaning. When you add without postponement, you are not trying to hurry law. You are telling your own habits to get out of the doorway so law can walk through. Now we look at the subconscious itself, the quiet builder under your thoughts. It is simple, patient, and very powerful. It learns by repetition, pictures, and feeling of certainty. It is like wet cement. Whatever is pressed into it often becomes the shape it keeps. This is why we anchor the decree at 4 points in the day: morning, midday, evening, before sleep. At morning, the cement is fresh. At midday, you smooth the surface after traffic has passed across it. At evening, you set the form for overnight. Before sleep, you press the clean mold one more time so the night crew keeps building while you rest. Your subconscious does not ask if your sentence is fashionable. It asks if your sentence is consistent. Give it one design and it will finish the house. Keep swapping designs and you get a half room in every style and no place to live. There is a quick way to help the builder work faster. Remove contradictions. Contradiction is like turning the steering wheel left and right every 10 seconds. The car stays in the middle of the road and never reaches the city. In speech, contradiction sounds like I now decree my desire to take form, but knowing my luck, something will block it. Or, it unfolds in perfect order unless the market is bad. The words before but are bricks. The words after but are a hammer. To fix this, use a simple 3-step habit any child can follow. Cancel, replace, continue. The moment you hear yourself contradict the decree, say softly, cancel. Then replace with the clean decree. Then continue your action. No drama, no lectures. You are not punishing yourself, you are correcting the blueprint. Another helpful mechanic is posture. Your subconscious reads your body as part of the message. Sit or stand upright when you decree. Keep your breath steady. End the sentence cleanly. This tells the builder, we are sure. Slumped shoulders, wandering eyes, and a drifting voice send a second, weaker signal called maybe. You do not need to perform. You simply need to match the words with a steady frame, the way you would read a recipe out loud in a kitchen with your sleeves rolled up. You are in the room to cook, not to prove you are a chef. Let's talk about images. Your subconscious loves simple pictures. After you speak the decree, hold one clear image for 2 or 3 seconds, no more of the result already in use. If your decree names divine right work, see yourself closing your laptop at day's end with quiet satisfaction. If it names paid in full supply, see yourself tapping paid on a bill and smiling. Keep the image small and ordinary. Grand fireworks can actually agitate the mind. Ordinary pictures feel believable, and belief helps the builder know which screws to tighten first. Speak, see a small true image, release it, and return to your day. Now, about evidence and how not to miss it. Early evidence often looks small: a brief sense of ease, a helpful idea, a reply you were waiting for, a release from a drain you thought you needed. These are not almost nothing. They are the first boards going up on the frame. If you call them nothing, you train your eyes to be blind and your mouth to be ungrateful. Gratitude is the mechanic's nod that says, "Good, keep going." When you notice any movement that matches your decree, say, "Thank you, continue." This keeps the crew on schedule. Children do this naturally. They cheer when the first corner of a puzzle appears. Do the same. What about silence? Those hours or days when you see nothing? Silence is not a verdict, it is usually assembly. A train that is not at your station may be switching tracks one stop away. A letter you cannot see may already be sealed in someone else's outbox. Your job in silence is not to invent a sad story. Your job is to hold the rhythm: morning, midday, evening, before sleep, clean words between. The habit of checking every 10 minutes is not faith, it is fear wearing a watch. Speak, then let law work. You are not ignoring action, you are refusing to harass the soil. Water on schedule, do not dig up the seed. Let's address other people, because your decree is not a wish tossed into a crowd. When people doubt you, resist the urge to teach them a class. Teaching doubters is often a way of asking them for permission. You do not need permission to speak lawfully. Offer a calm sentence. It's in order. Then protect your job site by changing the subject or leaving the room. The point is not to be mysterious. The point is to keep heat in the metal. Every long debate cools the iron you just heated with your decree. Here's a child-level model that ties everything together. Imagine a factory with 6 levers labeled, now decree, desire, form, order, law, and a red tag that says no postponement. When you speak the sentence, each lever clicks into place. The belts start moving. Raw material, ideas, people, timing travels down the line. Your only job is to keep the levers in place by repeating the sentence at the anchors and not yanking any lever back with opposite speech. If something jams, you do not smash the machine with a hammer. You pull the red string labeled cancel, you set the lever back, and you press start again. That's it. Even a 10-year-old can run this factory with a short checklist. Let's clear 2 myths that cause quiet sabotage. Myth 1. If I don't feel powerful, my decree won't work. Truth. Your decree carries authority because it is lawful, not because you feel tall today. Your feelings will catch up to your words when your words stop changing. Myth 2. If I see no big change in 24 hours, nothing moved. Truth. The first hours often move the parts you cannot see, like phone calls you did not make but someone else did, or inner confidence that makes you send the email tomorrow that you would have avoided today. Do not measure a tree by the first day's growth. Measure your faithfulness. Did I speak at the anchors? Did I keep my midday speech clean? Did I correct contradictions quickly? Faithfulness is your ruler. Law is the builder. Practical troubleshooting you can use today. If your mind loops on fear, shorten the loop with a bridge line. In order, now. If your chest feels tight when you speak, exhale once before the sentence and relax your jaw. Tension makes your voice sound like doubt to your own ears. If you keep forgetting the anchors, pair each with a daily action you already never miss. After brushing your teeth, morning, after lunch, midday, when you put your keys down in the evening, and when you turn off your lamp at night. Habit likes hooks. Give each anchor a hook and the practice runs itself. One more refinement that advanced students appreciate, but a child can still use: identity-backed speech. Say the decree as who you are, not as someone trying on a costume. Before the decree, you can add a quiet identity cue in your mind. I am a lawful speaker. Then speak the sentence. This is not performance. It is a reminder. Law responds to the voice of true self, the part of you that does not beg, the part that knows it is an heir, not a beggar. You can feel the difference. Pretend voice strains. True voice is simple. Keep it simple. Finally, let's rehearse the full pass once more with all the mechanics at work. Stand or sit tall, breathe once, feel your feet on the floor. In a calm tone, speak. I now decree my desire to take form. It unfolds in perfect order, by divine law, without postponement. Pause 2 seconds. Picture one small, ordinary image that matches the decree already in use. Say softly, thank you, continue. Then go do the next right thing in front of you. When a contrary thought pops up at 11:10 a.m., do not arm wrestle it. Whisper, cancel, repeat the decree once, and continue your task. At midday, repeat the full sentence 3 times with the same posture. Guard your words through the afternoon. In the evening, speak again. Before sleep, speak one last time and let the night crew build. That is the machine. That is the law. That is how your subconscious and the invisible agree to turn a clean sentence into visible life. In the next part, we move from how it works to the protocol. Your 3-day 12 times rhythm and the simple action cues that wire this into your day so tightly you cannot lose it. You will learn the 4 anchors on a clock, how to pair each with a daily habit, what to do before emails, calls, meetings, and how to handle days that feel heavy without throwing away your progress. For now, keep speaking like a governor, not a beggar. Keep your words short, lawful, and alive. The machine is faithful. Give it a steady key and let it run. You have the sentence, you have the mechanics. Now we move from knowing to doing. For the next 3 days you will run a simple rhythm that even a child can follow. Yet it is strong enough to shift the atmosphere of an adult life. 12 clean repetitions every day placed at 4 anchors: morning, midday, evening, and before sleep. This is not a stunt, it is scaffolding. Rhythm is how law hears you without interference. Rhythm is how your subconscious learns you are serious. Rhythm is how the seed you planted in part 3 becomes a frame you can see and touch. If you stay with this for 72 hours, you will feel the ground of hesitation break and the new floor hold. Why 3 days? Because the mind respects patterns that repeat across more than one sunrise and one night. Day 1 wakes the system. Day 2 meets the old habit and trains it. Day 3 seals identity so the practice can continue without strain. 12 is not a magic number. It is enough repetitions to give your builder clear plans without turning your life into a chant. We will keep it human, simple, and lawful. Before we begin, set the stage once and only once. Choose one clean desire to name for these 3 days. If you are not ready to name a specific shape, use my divine right good. But if you can name the form, name it. Add divine right to keep the channel clean. Write the decree on a small card or in a simple note on your phone. I now decree my divine right desire to take form. It unfolds in perfect order, by divine law, without postponement. Pick 4 everyday hooks. After brushing your teeth in the morning, after lunch, when you put your keys down in the evening, and when you turn off your lamp at night. These hooks are your anchors. Put one small dot next to each hook on your card. Each time you speak 3 times, fill the dot. You are not chasing a grade. You are keeping rhythm. This is the rule that runs beneath all 3 days. Speak the decree 3 times at each anchor in a calm, steady tone. Keep your other speech from undoing your morning work. Pair your decree with one small action that matches the identity you just affirmed. No drama, no apologies, no extra words tagged on the end. Say it, let it land, take the next right step in front of you. Day 1 is activation. When you wake, do not reach for your phone. Sit up, place one hand lightly on your chest so your own voice becomes real to your body. Breathe once and speak the decree 3 times. I now decree my divine right desire to take form. It unfolds in perfect order by divine law without postponement. End the sentence each time. After the 3rd repetition, see a simple, ordinary image that fits your decree already in use. Closing your laptop with quiet satisfaction if you named work, tapping paid on a bill if you named supply, setting a key on your new counter if you named home. Hold it for 2 seconds only. Whisper, thank you. Continue. Then move into your day. Pair this anchor with a small act that matches your decree. If you decreed divine right work, send one clean email you have been avoiding. If you decreed paid in full supply, review and pay one small invoice in order. If you decreed peaceful, healthy body, fill a glass of water and drink it slowly. Small acts are not small. They are rails that help law carry your train. At midday, pause, ideally right after lunch. Go somewhere quiet if you can, but a quiet corner of your own breath is enough. Stand or sit tall. Speak the decree 3 times in the same calm tone. Notice any places where your words this morning slipped into contradiction. Use cancel, replace, continue without judgment. Cancel the sentence that did not match your decree. Replace it by speaking the decree once. Continue with your next task. Do not hold trials in your head. Trials eat heat. This anchor is where most people either drift or train. You will train. Pair this anchor with a tiny action that keeps your hands and words in agreement. Organize one folder, delete one useless subscription, prepare one page of notes for the meeting you have been delaying. Show your builder you mean order when you say order. In the early evening, when you put your keys down or close your work, speak the decree 3 times. You are not winding yourself up. You are closing the day in law. Scan the day for evidence. Evidence is not only a wire transfer or a signed contract. It is also the sense of ease that replaced a knot in your chest, the reply you received, the introduction that surfaced, the release from a task that secretly drained you. Record one line of evidence on your card or mental slate. Law is at work here is enough. Pair this anchor with a simple reset that makes room for new form. Clear a small surface, put tools back where they belong, empty a bag, set out clothes for tomorrow. Order is not decoration, it is consent. Before sleep, the 4th anchor is quiet and short. Do not scroll into fog, then try to shout over it with your decree. Turn the lamp off, or pause with it on. Either is fine. Breathe once and speak the decree 3 times with a softened voice. See the same 2-second picture of the result already in use. Say thank you. Continue. Sleep. Your subconscious is a night crew that works from the last clear instruction it received. Give it clarity, not worry. For these 3 days, if a late thought tries to say, what if? Do not argue. Whisper, cancel. Repeat the decree once and roll toward rest. Day 2 is consolidation. This is the day the old pattern usually tries to visit. Expect it and you will not be surprised. Morning anchor. Same posture, same tone, same 3 repetitions, same 2-second picture, same small act that matches your decree. Most people fail here because they replace the decree with a long talk about how they feel today. We are not measuring how tall your feelings stand at 7 a.m. We are measuring whether you keep your word. By midday, fear may knock in small ways. A colleague's comment may tug you toward explaining your desire to a doubter. You are not required to educate them. Say, it's in order, and return to your rhythm. If your mouth tries to add but, stop at the word but. Breathe, and start your sentence again without it. The words after but, cut your own ropes. At the midday anchor on day 2, you may find your mind offering brand new ideas for better wording. Do not edit your decree in the middle of training. Keep your file the same for all 3 days. Law respects steady files. Your subconscious can build a house from a clear plan, not from a sketch that changes every afternoon. If you truly need to refine the name, you will do it after the protocol, not during. If your chest feels tight when you speak, exhale once first, unclench your jaw, and then speak slowly. The decree is not a race, it is a key turning a lock. Evening on day 2 is where identity begins to settle. You are not someone trying a technique. You are someone who issues lawful orders and keeps them. Treat your decree like you would treat your own signature on a letter. You do not scribble it, you place it. Speak your 3 repetitions, and then do one small action that proves to your own eyes you are the person you say you are. If your decree names divine right work, prepare your tools for tomorrow, as if work loves you back. If your decree names paid in full supply, set your budget page in order without complaint. If your decree names healthy body, prepare the simplest clean meal you can, then eat in peace. Before sleep on day 2, guard against replaying the day like a lawyer hunting for reasons nothing is happening. Assembly often looks like silence. Trust your night crew. Speak, picture, sleep. If a doubt spike rises, treat it as weather. Weather passes because you do not chase it down the street. Cancel. Decree once, roll over, breathe. Let law do what law does. Day 3 is seal. This is the day you declare with your presence that this rhythm is your new normal. Morning anchor, 3 clean repetitions, 2-second picture, 1 small action. This morning you will add a quiet identity cue in your mind before the decree. I am a lawful speaker. Then speak as that person. You do not need to say the cue out loud. It is a reminder to your own heart that you are not begging, you are governing. Pair the anchor with a slightly braver act than day 1. Send the email you avoided all month. Book the appointment. Finish the application. In law, action is not strain, it is agreement. At midday on day 3, you will meet one of 2 things. Either kind confirmation that something has already moved, or the temptation to tinker. Confirmation might be a message, a call, a new clarity, a release. If it appears, say thank you, continue, and carry on. If the urge to tinker appears, new words, new desires, a dozen variations, smile and let them pass. You are sealing, not shopping. Speak the decree exactly as written. Take one aligned step. Keep your other words clean. Evening on day 3 is your seal ceremony. Speak your 3 repetitions as if you were signing a document that matters. Then review your 3 days for evidence, not with a harsh eye, but with a grateful one. Write or remember 3 lines, a feeling that changed, an action you took, an external sign you received. These lines are not bragging, they are record. Record matters because your mind forgets progress faster than it forgets panic. Gratitude says to law, continue. Doubt says, start over. You choose. Before sleep on day 3, speak the decree 3 times with softness and certainty. See the 2-second picture, one last time for the night. Then tell your subconscious in the simplest way, keep building. Sleep. In the morning, you may continue the 4 anchors as a daily habit, or reduce them to 2 anchors if your rhythm is strong. The point of these 3 days was not to prove you can count to 12. It was to retrain your inner builder to treat your word as final and to keep your outer words from knocking your house down each afternoon. Between anchors for all 3 days, you will use small bridge cues. Before an email, say quietly, in order now, or I keep my word so law keeps mine. Before a meeting or a call, whisper the full decree once. At points of contact, paying a bill, tapping a card, posting a video, place a contact decree. I send this in order. I receive in order. These short lines keep your hallway bright without replacing the main sentence. Do not stack extra lines on the end of the decree itself. You will cool the iron by over-talking. Speak and move. Here is a simple case study that you can mirror without copying a stranger's life. Call her Maya. Her decree for 3 days is, I now decree my divine right work to take form. It unfolds in perfect order by divine law without postponement. Day 1 morning, 3 repetitions, 2-second picture of closing her laptop with peace, 1 email sent to a contact she had avoided. Midday, 3 repetitions, cancel, replace, continue after she catches herself saying, I'm always behind. Evening, 3 repetitions, she gathers scattered notes into 1 folder. Before sleep, 3 repetitions, sleep. Day 2, morning, same rhythm, she schedules a short call. Midday, a colleague's joke tempts her to explain herself. She simply says, in order, and returns to her work. Evening, she updates her portfolio without complaining. Before sleep, calm decree. Day 3 morning, identity cue decree, she submits the application at last. Midday, she receives a reply asking for a conversation. Evening, seal ceremony, she records the reply, the ease she felt, and the clarity about her next step. None of this was drama. It was law and rhythm. You will also plan for friction so that when it appears you do not derail. If you forget an anchor, do not push the missed repetitions into the next one. Say the decree 3 times where you are and keep going. If your schedule breaks, pair the next anchor with whatever you are already doing. Walking to the car, washing your hands, stepping into the elevator. If someone tries to pull you into a debate about your desire, use a kind sentence to exit. I'm keeping my words clean today. Then change the subject. If your own humor turns against you, jokes that shrink your desire, stop mid-joke, smile, and replace it. In order. The people around you will adjust. Your life responds to you first. Some of you will try to manage every detail with your words. That is not decree. That is control. Decree sets the direction and form. Divine order arranges the steps. If you force the arrangement, you may grab a version that looks right and bends your peace. Keep divine right and order in your sentence so your life brings you the fit that lasts. Doors that are yours do not require claw marks. If a door you wanted does not open, speak the decree and move your feet. The right track carries the right train. You may be tempted to measure these 3 days by size of outcome. Do not. Measure by faithfulness. Did you speak at the 4 anchors? Did you keep your other words from undoing your work? Did you pair each anchor with 1 small action? Did you correct contradictions quickly, without shame? If the answer is yes, then the machine is running. Often, signposts will appear within the 72 hours. The call, the lightness, the release, the clear next step, the unexpected help. Receive them as evidence, not as the whole. A hinge is not the door, but without the hinge, the door does not swing. This protocol is also how you stop arguing with the mind. The mind respects schedules. It relaxes when it knows exactly when it will hear the decree again. Instead of shouting at a worried thought at 10:13 a.m., you teach the mind to wait for the next anchor. You are saying, we have an order. You will hear it at noon. And then you keep that promise. Keeping your own promise to yourself is how trust is rebuilt. A mind that trusts you will carry your decree without fighting you every hour. At the end of the 3rd day, stand in a room you have cleared by your own words and actions, and choose what continues. Many will keep the full 4 anchors because the peace is worth it. Some will keep 2 and add the 3rd on heavy days. All will keep 1 rule: do not change a working sentence because of a mood. Keep your sentence, keep your rhythm, let law keep its part. If you want a single sheet in your head that runs everything, here it is in plain language. Speak 3 times at wake, lunch, evening, and lights out. After each set, see a small, ordinary picture for 2 seconds. Say thank you. Continue. Pair the set with one small act that matches your decree. Keep your other words from knocking down your morning work. If you contradict yourself, cancel, replace, continue. Do not explain yourself to doubters. Do not change the sentence for 3 days. Record 1 line of evidence each evening. Sleep and let the night crew build. Repeat. And if during these days you find yourself thinking, this is too simple to matter, remember that doors are simple things that move heavy walls. A hinge is small, a switch is small, a key is small. Your decree is small enough for a 10-year-old to say and strong enough for law to honor. Simplicity is not weakness. Simplicity is precision. Speak as one who knows this. Walk as one whose word is law. In the final part, we will gather proof, handle stubborn pitfalls with clarity, and place a seal on your practice so that what began as a 3-day challenge becomes how you live. Calm, ordered, favored, and in motion. For now, keep the clock, keep the tone, keep the promise. I now decree my divine right desire to take form. It unfolds in perfect order by divine law, without postponement. Continue. We have arrived at the part most people skip, and the part that decides whether this becomes a short burst of hope or a steady way of life. You have spoken the decree. You have practiced the rhythm. Now you must learn to read proof correctly, avoid the quiet traps that undo progress, and place a final seal on your word so it keeps working when the video ends. This is not about hype. It is about order. It is about learning to live like someone whose voice carries lawful power, calm, clean, and consistent. First, proof. Proof does not always arrive as fireworks on the first day. Often it appears like hinges before doors. In the first 24 hours, you may notice changes inside you. A lighter chest, a simple knowing, a brave step you avoided, a piece of clarity that lets you act. Do not call this nothing. A hinge is small, but the door swings on it. In the next 48 hours, you may see outside movement, a message, a call, an introduction, a release from something that drained you, an honest no that clears the track for the right yes. These are not almost miracles. They are the frame going up. When you spot movement that matches your decree in tone or direction, say this short line out loud. Thank you. Continue. Gratitude is not flattery. It is a receipt. It tells law you saw the delivery and you invite more of the same. Now the traps. The first pitfall is checking too soon. If you dig up the seed every few hours to see whether it sprouted, you slow the very thing you planted. Your job is water and rhythm. Speak at the anchors. Guard your mid-speech. Pair each anchor with one small action. Then let the soil do what soil does. The second pitfall is editing the sentence midstream. Your subconscious is a builder. It can build anything you repeat, but it cannot finish a house if you keep swapping blueprints. Keep the decree identical for the full 3 days. If you need to refine wording, do it after the protocol, not during. Strong does not mean long. Strong means consistent. The third pitfall is explaining your decree to doubters. When you start teaching people who did not ask to be taught, you are often asking them for permission. You do not need permission to speak lawfully. If someone presses you for details, answer kindly, it's in order, and return to your rhythm. The fourth pitfall is canceling yourself with humor. Jokes like "I'm always broke" or "knowing my luck" sound small, but they train your builder to file your good under delay. If you hear yourself joke against your decree, stop mid-sentence, smile, and replace it with a bridge line, in order, now. The fifth pitfall is vagueness. More money, a better job, someone to love, are fog. Law builds form, not clouds. Name the form in clean language. Paid in full bills. Divine right work with fair pay and joyful service. Divine right companion who matches my peace and purpose. keep it simple enough that a child understands it. The sixth pitfall is borrowing someone else's desire. Do not decree what looks fancy on a friend. Decree what is divine right for you. Doors that are yours do not require claw marks. If a door demands you betray your peace, it is not yours. Keep divine right in your naming line. It cleanses the channel and protects your feet. The seventh pitfall is attaching anxiety to timing. Without postponement does not mean rush and panic. It means no unnecessary delay. Divine order does not mean wait forever. It means right sequence. Think of a train. Your decree is the ticket. Law is the track. Order is the schedule. You do not lay track by hand. You stand on the platform, hold your ticket, and board the right car when it arrives. Habakkuk 2:3 says the vision is for an appointed time. Though it seems to tarry, it does not tarry. In plain words, when it looks slow, it is often precision, not denial. Your job is to keep your word steady while order clears the line. The eighth pitfall is straining with effort to help the decree. You do not yank fruit off a tree to prove the sun is working. You place the tree in sun and water, and the fruit appears because the law is true. In this work, the sun and water are your sentence and your rhythm. Action is still required, but action is agreement, not panic. Send the email, organize the folder, take the call, make the meal, pay the bill. These are not proof that you made it happen. They are the steps of someone who believes their word is law and walks like it. How do you repair mistakes fast so you do not lose heat? Use the child simple tool we have practiced. Cancel, replace, continue. The second you notice a sentence that contradicts your decree, do not scold yourself. Whisper cancel, speak the decree once in full, then continue with your task. No trials, no drama, no public apology. You are not punishing the student, you are correcting a plan. If fear spikes in your chest, exhale once, relax your jaw and speak slowly. Your builder reads tone. Calm tone tells it, we are sure. Shouting tells it, we are scared. We do not shout, we decree. How do you keep faith when there is silence? Understand what silence often means. Silence is assembly. A letter you cannot see may already be in someone's outbox. A person you need may be finishing a task that frees them to call you. A piece may be moving from shelf to truck. Your panic song does not make this faster. Your decree and your rhythm keep the track clear. Speak at the anchors. Guard your mid-speech. Replace contradictions quickly. Take the next right step. Thank the small signs. Sleep. That is how adults walk in law. Let us talk about evidence journals, because memory is slippery when you are worried. For 7 nights after the protocol, write one line before sleep that matches your decree. A feeling, a step, a sign. Keep it brief. This is not a novel. Ease before the call. Invoice cleared, meeting scheduled, slept well, said no to a drain. These records teach your mind to see order instead of shouting nothing is happening when the frame is going up. Reading your own proof keeps you from throwing away your practice on the week you most need it. Now we place the final seal. A seal is not louder words, it is a clear mark that this practice is now your normal. Choose one quiet moment today. Stand or sit tall. Place one hand lightly on your chest so your voice feels real to your body. Breathe once. Say in your heart, I am a lawful speaker. Now speak the decree 3 times, clear and steady. I now decree my divine right desire to take form. It unfolds in perfect order by divine law without postponement. After the 3rd repetition, hold a small, ordinary picture of the result already in use for 2 seconds. Whisper, thank you. Continue. Then write the decree once in clean handwriting on a small card. Sign your name under it. This is not superstition, it is a promise to yourself. Put the card where your day begins, on a mirror, a desk, or the inside of a door. That card is your seal. To keep the seal warm, decide your maintenance rhythm. Option 1. Continue the 4 anchors daily for 7 more days. Option 2. Keep 2 anchors, morning and before sleep, on calm days and return to 4 on heavy days. Option 3. Keep 4 anchors for your current desire while adding short contact decrees at points of contact, before paying a bill, sending an email, stepping into a meeting, pressing publish. The contact decree is simple: in order, now. It keeps the hallway lit without replacing the main sentence. Choose one option today. Do not leave it vague. Vague plans drift. What about new desires? Work one main desire at a time for the full 3-day protocol. Then either continue with the same desire, or, if it is complete or moving smoothly, choose the next. If you must hold 2 desires at once, such as home and health, speak the main decree at the anchors for one, and use a short, lawful sentence for the other at contact points. Do not stack 5 main decrees at once. Stacking splits heat. Finish a house, then begin the next. You may ask, how do I handle a door that shuts? Call it order. Say, order protects me, and speak the decree. Do not claw. Do not call the shut door failure. A shut door that saves you from a crooked room is an answer, not a punishment. When something better appears that matches your decree and your peace, you will not have to explain away warning signs to keep it. Divine right fits without violence. Remember our rule: doors that are yours do not require claw marks. Teach this to a child in 1 sentence. Say the clean line, keep saying it, act like it's true, and thank the small signs. A child can do this, and so can you. You do not need a 1,000-page manual to turn on a light. You need to flip the switch the same way every time. Your decree is the switch. The law is the power. Order is the wiring. Your rhythm is the hand that flips it on. Before we close, here is a short troubleshooting table in plain words. If you feel nothing, keep the anchors. Feeling follows faithfulness. If you forget an anchor, do it when you remember. Do not double up in panic. If you keep contradicting yourself, adopt the cancel, replace, continue rule and pair your decree with a small action to hold the lane. If someone argues with you, say, it's in order. Change the subject and keep your heat. If you want to change the decree, note the change. Finish the current 3-day cycle, then update once and hold it. If you are tired, shorten the picture to 1 second and lean on tone. Law hears calm more than volume. If you are afraid, add the identity cue in your heart. I am a lawful speaker. Then speak. If you feel guilty about desire, keep divine right in the naming line and let peace judge the fit. I invite you to place a public mark, not for show, but for agreement. Below this video, write 1 clean line exactly once. Write your decree with the name you chose. Sign it with your first name or initials. This is not about collecting likes. It is about setting a stone. When you place a stone, you can point back to it on days your feelings wobble and say, I keep my word, so law keeps mine. If you want steady help, subscribe for the sake of rhythm, not noise. Return to this practice like you return to brushing your teeth. Daily, quiet, effective. Let us seal together now. Stand or sit tall. Breathe once. In a calm tone that a child can trust, speak with me. I now decree my divine right desire to take form. It unfolds in perfect order by divine law without postponement. Again, a little slower, placing each word like a brick. I now decree my divine right desire to take form. It unfolds in perfect order by divine law without postponement. One last time, as if you were signing for a delivery that finally arrived, I now decree my divine right desire to take form. It unfolds in perfect order by divine law without postponement. Thank you. Continue. Walk out of this video the way a person leaves a courtroom after a verdict in their favor. Quiet, upright, sure. Do not chase signs, welcome them. Do not argue with fear, replace it. Do not explain yourself to doubters, keep your heat. Keep the 4 anchors when you need them, the 2 anchors when life is light, the contact decree at the doorways of your day. Keep the card where you can see it, keep your words clean, keep your rhythm. Your world is voice activated, and your voice is now sealed as law.